Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another segment of My Child, My Voice Kid Connection Show brought to you by the National Parents Union. Don't be scared today because I have my face painted, but I am getting ready for Day of the Dead, which we call in our house Dia de los Muertos. And I'm so excited to talk about our craft of the day as well as the book of the day. The book of the day we're going to read for our story time is Gustavo the Shy Ghost by Flavia Z. Drago. And as you can see what I'm holding here, the craft of the day is our lollipop ghost. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that since we're going to be talking about Gustavo the Shy Ghost. So if you know someone who's a little shy, this book is a great book to read to them because I know when I was a little girl, I was shy. But let's go ahead and get started with story time so we'll have fun making our little ghost like Gustavo and get to reading. So I'm going to hide myself really quick and so that we can start our story time. This is one of my favorite books to get ready for Day of the Dead. But I love what it's talking about. And as I mentioned, Gustavo, the Shy Ghost, is written by Flavia D. Drago, who is the author as well as the illustrator. So she did all these beautiful designs in the book. And there's pictures of Gustavo. And she wrote a little note in the book, which I love, to Mommy, Papi, and my wonderful and paranormal family. Gustavo the Shy Ghost. Gustavo was a ghost. He enjoyed doing the normal things that paranormal beings do, passing through walls, making objects fly, and glowing in the dark. But there was nothing in the world that he loved more than playing the violin. Well, almost nothing. You see, Gustavo was secretly in love with Alma, the prettiest monster in town. But he also had a problem. You see, Gustavo was so shy that some things felt incredibly difficult for him. See how he's hiding when he sees somebody or the other little monsters? And the worst part of it, making friends was terrifying. Gustavo had never dared to speak to any of the other monsters. Can you find Gustavo? There he is hiding. He tried getting close to them in many different ways. Can you find Gustavo on this page? But even when he was right in front of them, they just couldn't see him. Can you find Gustavo on this page? Gustavo longed to be part of something. More than anything, he wanted to make a friend. I want to be brave. I want to let the others see me, he thought. So he decided to send a letter, a very special one. Dear monsters, I would like to invite you to my violin concert, which will take place at the Day of the Dead party next full moon at the cemetery. I would be thrilled to see you there. Gustavo, the ghost. As the day went by, Gustavo couldn't stop thinking, what if no one shows up? What they don't like my music? What if they don't like me? Except tonight was the night, and the night he couldn't hide. But not a soul had come. So all alone, Gustavo did what he loved most, and the music made him happy. So happy that he glowed, and how he glowed. Gustavo! We're so sorry we're late. We wanted to get you flowers, but we got lost instead. And then we heard your music, and we saw your glow. We really love your concert. Would you like to hang out with us? From the moment on, Gustavo's life changed, and everyone discovered that even if he didn't talk much, he was the best at helping and protecting his friends. But mostly, Gustavo never stopped surprising them. And they never stopped loving him. And look, they're all dancing and singing. And that's the end of the story, Gustavo the Shy Ghost. Didn't you love this story? Look at the pictures now with him and his friends. It's such a wonderful story. Such a beautiful book. I hope you enjoyed reading story time with us, Gustavo the Shy Ghost. I'm going to get back over here. Hello. I have my glasses on so that I could read. Some of us need that. Hi, now I'm up close and personal. Like I mentioned, don't be scared just because my face is painted. Here in Houston, we actually celebrate, at least in our communities, we celebrate Dia de los Muertos. And this is the reason why you see my face color today. All the pretty colors, because the skeletons are always smiling, just like Gustavo the Ghost. So remember, as I mentioned, we are going to do the craft of the day, which are the lollipop ghost. And the reason why I love making these things every year during Halloween, me and my kids would actually prepare different ghosts, different colors for our younger kids in our neighborhood. So we had a little treasure chest. And I'm just going to give you some ideas how we celebrated Halloween. We did a little treasure chest that had little like vampire teeth, spider rings, and of course candy. But we always would make a ghost for Halloween. And we all had so much fun that I continue, now that my kids are grown, I continue to still do it, where my neighborhood kids always make sure they stop at the Day of the Dead lady's house, because they know they will always get sugar skull candies as well as a little friendly ghost. And this was what we're going to have fun today. So the supplies you need are very easy. So ask the adult in your house what you have in your home. This is what I love about it. So with the lollipops, you can use tissue paper like Kleenex. You can use a box of Kleenex. You can use tissue paper or even a coffee filter. So it depends on what you have at home. If you have tissue paper and they're different colors, don't worry about it. Everybody loves a colorful ghost, because even the skeletons are different colors. Even though they may be white, they have different colors, as you can see in my face, because we are happy. So I'm going to show you different ways of doing the lollipop ghost. And the most important thing that you're going to need, and I'm going to get this over here, is a lollipop. I love lollipops. I hope you do too. Very simple and easy. And if you don't have these particular lollipops, I know they have the smaller ones. Those are fine too. You can make little baby ones. We've done that as well. When we didn't have the big lollipops, we did some little baby ones. So however you want to be creative, this is about your ghost, okay? Just like Gustavo, the shy ghost. So when you're doing this craft today, make sure to invite some friends over in your neighborhood or from your school. Something maybe you can tell your teachers or your mom, your dad, your abuelita, your grandmother, your tia, your aunt, and see if they can come over and help you do this fun craft to get ready for Halloween. So what I've done, and I'm going to move my camera down so that you can see how I make my little ghosts. So I'm going to move my camera. Okay. So as you can see, I have my lollipop. And I'm going to use Kleenex. Now, like I mentioned, you can use tissue paper. Let me grab a tissue paper so you can see. And I have different colors. You can use blue tissue paper. You can use whatever color you have as tissue paper at home, okay? But as I mentioned, I'm using just a regular old Kleenex because most of us have Kleenex at home. But like I said, if you don't, we'll show you different ways to do it. And all I did was wrap my little ghost, kind of like, you see how this looks like a diamond shape? So that's where I put my lollipop in the middle and I bring it together to form my little ghost. And what I did is I'm wrapping, see how I'm kind of wrapping him here, or you can wrap it this way, however you want to do it. I like wrapping it towards the back because I'm going to show you. And another thing I forgot to mention is you want to have some kind of marker. Your marker can be any color. I just happen to have black. And another thing you need to have is string. Now I have curly ribbon. Now you can use any type of ribbon you have at home. Say you just have a white string. That's fine too. I happen to have black, I have white, I have red, whatever color you have at home, or even an old shoelace. You know, sometimes they work, whatever you can use to tie. So like I said, I have curly ribbon and I'm going to use this. It doesn't matter. Now you're going to use some scissors to cut your ribbon. So these are, I'm adding to the supply list here. Now I don't measure here. It's going to be up to you how you want to measure your ribbon. I like it longer and I'll show you why. When I make it longer, I'm going to cut my ribbon, move my ribbon spool. I use it to tie, and if you need help, make sure to ask the adult in your family or someone in your home. And all I'm doing is tying the ribbon around the neck, and you can see where the neck is, where, see how the stick of the lollipop is here. The narrow part of the lollipop, I do it once and then I make a knot, or you can do another way and I'll show you a different way of doing it. But you can do a simple knot like I'm doing here. And see, he has this. And the reason why I love using curly ribbon is I can use my scissors and I can curl the ends of the ribbon. That's my favorite part. Kind of looks a little fancy. And so now you have the tie there. You can move it any other way. And if you don't have black, your ribbon can be any color. It could be any color you want. Even if it's white, don't worry about it. It can be any color you want. It is your ghost. Now this is where my marker comes in handy. And I like to do the eyes, and I just do a circle, another circle. And I do it lightly. Don't press too hard because you don't want, we found out the hard way, if you press too hard with permanent marker, it'll go through even the candy wrapper. So do it very lightly. And don't worry if it makes a funny shape, because everybody has different shaped eyes, different shaped mouth. I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to move my camera up. Hi, everybody. And that is a simple way of doing the ghost. Looks like Gustavo, right? And it has a little black in there, almost like a little bow tie. And you can fluff it if you want, however you want to do your ghost. Ooh. Now, remember I mentioned if you didn't have Kleenex at home or tissue, you can use we did a tissue paper one year, me and my kids. We waited till the last minute to get the candy ready. So we had to use leftover tissue paper that I had at the house. And we did a small square. We cut them in squares. And you can, I used a white ribbon. This one kind of looks like a little, jack-o'-lantern. But however you want to do it. See the difference between the two? You have the orange and they're little ghosts. And this was tissue. This one's regular Kleenex, and this was a tissue paper that I happened to have at home, and I used white ribbon. The other one I did, and this was the coffee filter. I like it because you can actually play with a coffee filter. And what my kids have done in the past, and you can do this too, is before they actually wrap the coffee filter, they actually took a marker and drew a line following the coffee filter. I had my kids do different colors. So we did one pink, we did one red, we did one black, blue, because actually they reminded me with Dia de los Muertos or Day of the Dead. It's not about black colors, it's about vibrant colors, because we are remembering our loved ones. We are happy because we are happy to see them. So the vibrant colors come in. So this is the reason why my kids would draw a line, because this is thicker. They were able to use the line. The tissue paper is different. You can try to do that, but we found that it's better on the coffee filters. So if you want to make it up like a little girl, like this one, if you really look, I made her some eyelashes on the eyes if you want. And then you can, like I said, color the edge of this before you wrap your on there. So when it's flat, and I'll show you here, when you have this, when it's flat, you're going to make it flat like a circle like this. So you're going to open it up. And what we did, because it's in a circle, it's easier. Make sure you have a surface that you can draw on. So I would put something like a plastic bag or something that it won't bleed through with your marker, because these markers do bleed through. We traced the circle all the way around. And so that gives you an idea, like you can do the color black, blue, red, yellow, whatever color marker you have at home, you can color that edge, okay? And then this is where you wrap, you're going to get your lollipop and you're going to wrap it. And so you wrap it down. So when you do, you're going to see the colors at the edge, and it makes a very cute little one. We know that the little girls in our neighborhood really did enjoy the ones that we colored at the edge of, this. But everybody always enjoyed our little Halloween ghosts, is what we call them. We used to say we're giving away little Gustavo for everybody to enjoy. And what I love about it is towards the end, when we were finished with our craft, me and my kids would take a break and we would actually unwrap and enjoy our lollipop, because we made a beautiful ghost that is no longer shy. I hope you enjoyed watching this segment as well. I hope you guys be able to make this for Halloween. And I wanted to thank you for joining us for our book of the day. And I'm going to have it right here. I really do love this book because it's very, very colorful. Gustavo the Shy Ghost, as well as our craft of the day. I put the wrong one on there. The craft of the day. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, I put the craft of the day. The craft of the day is our lollipop ghost. I'm stepping ahead of myself. But we also wanted to make a little announcement. For those of you that live in Houston, I just wanted to let you know there's some exciting events happening around town. Mecca is a community center in the center of downtown Houston they always do a beautiful festival for Day of the Dead. My Child, My Voice will be there. I hope that you'll be able to join us on October 30th and October 31st. And you can check out their website. I will put it in the comment field so everybody can see. It is a family-friendly festival. You get to have face painting, like the way you see my face. They will have pumpkin painting. They will have all kinds of games for kids. You get to see ofrendas, which are altars. And you can actually look for my altar that I have for my family and my father. So you can find me under Wendy Gonzalez Neal. You will see beautiful altars throughout Mecca, and the altars are open for anybody to go visit. So if you would like to take your kids to Mecca, like I said, I will put the link into the comment field. It is a great way to learn about Day of the Dead. You get to see all these family altars all throughout the building, made by students, made by adults, family members, and you can catch mine there as well. You can actually see the altars from Monday through Friday, and as well as during our festival. The ofrendas will be up until November, late November, so I will put that information on there. If you go to their website, you can find out when's the last day the ofrendas, which is the altars in English, that will be still in Mecca. And like I said, I hope you get to go to enjoy some great food and enjoy some vendors that will be selling some beautiful artwork from our local artists, and get to see dances and shows and hear music. It kind of reminds me of Dia de los Muertos, where we celebrate our loved ones that have passed. We remember them. And this is a great way to teach our younger generation about a tradition I know in my family that we now continue to do. And hopefully you get to do the same thing. So check it out at Mecca. And as well as the city of Houston, I know we will be also having a parade, but it'll be after the Day of the Dead. I will post that information. Check it out from the city of Houston, but check out your local city. You never know if there's going to be some, I know like in California, Dallas, and a whole bunch of other cities celebrate Dia de los Muertos. I hope you enjoyed our show. Thank you so much for joining me and making these beautiful ghosts like Gustavo that we read the book. And like I said, you can purchase the book anywhere. I found mine at Barnes & Nobles, but you can also find it on Amazon. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me and little Gustavo. Thanks for joining me on the Kid Connection, and check us next week on actually Dia de los Muertos, where we'll be talking more about the holiday with my special friend, Lisbeth Ortiz, where she's going to show us how to make altar flowers, paper flowers that you can use on your altars, or even if you want to use them every day. She'll show you how to make a very simple flower. So I hope you catch us next Monday, same time and same place. Thank you for joining me, everyone. My name is Miss Wendy, and have a great day. Ooh.